Hey guys, what's up? It's me. I don't know why I just did that. I always do that. Remember to subscribe, and I don't know why I'm doing this. Okay, so if you guys don't know already that I babble when I'm taking a shower, now I was thinking all these things, and all of a sudden I felt like I had to write something down. So I'm gonna start blogging. So I guess this would be blog number one. And so in today's vlog, basically, it's a Christian vlog, Christian vlog today. So I came up with some things. It says, how do we get rid of Satan's voice and temptation? Now, I've always wondered how, because it's always there for you and it'll never go away. So I decided to write down a few things, and then I looked it up. So the first thing for me was you pray and you ignore it. And I know ignoring is not the easiest thing, but it comes it comes to you. So it might be two things, but they do both go together. And yes, I'm reading from paper, so don't judge me. They do go together. How? Well, if you read the Bible, and one of the things that caught my attention was when Jesus was in the desert and he was being tempted by Satan. Hashtag, and no, I did not mean that. Tempted and, okay, never mind. I forgot what I was about to say. The way he fought off Satan was with his Bible verses, and I do think that that's important. You should have, my old teacher, my youth teacher tells me a lot that if you're going through a tough time and you don't know how to do it, or you don't know how to go through it without being hurt, then you need to have a Bible verse in your heart that will help you with it. One of my favorite Bible verses is probably Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And every time I feel like I'm going through a hard time, or it's just something simple, I will pray and say, I will say that Bible verse, and then I'll pray. And praying also helps a lot. It helps a lot. Anyway, it can also help you to ignore the temptation, praying and having the Bible verse, because when Jesus was in the desert, he said, so I forgot the Bible verse. I can't believe I forgot it, but it said, I'm sorry, there's just a really pretty robin. Okay, I'm getting off track. I'm so sorry. I am just like that. Anyway, what happened is that you say, Satan, get behind me. You're not going to do this, not today. And most likely, it will go away. But not always. Sometimes it takes a big amount of time. I'm sorry, there's a really pretty, we threw out bread this morning, and there's like a robin sitting right there. Again, I'm off focus, sorry. But it's not always easy, and sometimes you have to ignore it. My teacher told me once to hide these verses in your heart, and when you're tempted to recite it in your head. It helps, trust me. But remember, temptation is always here. So, like, no matter what you do, you try to get rid of it. Temptation is always going to be there right beside you. Satan's going to be there whispering in your ear saying, oh, do that, or do that. It's perfectly fine, but it is not okay. So, yeah, do not do it. And so this is number two, is saying no. And I do realize how hard it is to say no. It's like saying no to drugs. And basically, I think I read this off of a website. Or I think I came up with some of it, but most of it got off of a website. Most of the time we are tempted with pretty thoughts or pretty things. Like, if you're, let's say, I'm at a party and there is beer on the table, or there is wine or something beautiful looking that looks just delicious, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I want that, but I'm like, I can't have it. But Satan is right there whispering in your ear, it's okay, you can have it, it doesn't matter. But it does, it matters, really, it matters a lot, because if you take it, most likely anytime you sin or anytime you are tempted and you do that temptation, then you are going to have consequences in your life. And I have had a lot of temptation to where it's like cake, and I take the cake and I'm not supposed to, and you know what happens? I gain weight and I do not like it. So you have got to get away from that temptation. So saying no is really big, because he will be there right beside you, whispering in your ear, saying it's okay and that it won't hurt us. But when you're in that car and you wreck and you end up dying and your parents are going to be so upset, you are definitely going to, there's going to be a lot of consequences if you don't die. When we hear this, we often think it's alright, but that is until consequences kick in. It may not be easy, but you need to say no. The more you say it, the more it becomes easier. Those Bible verses work too. And it does, as I remember, the more you say no, the more it's going to get easier, but it's also going to get a lot harder for you. Another thing is, when someone says something that makes you uncomfortable, you need to either shut it down or walk away. Do not listen to that person. I remember this girl in my class, she started saying something about it. I was like, this is not right. Should I listen? I was like, I wanted to listen to her. It was talking about how, I'm not even going to go into this, but just saying that it was a really, really, to me, nasty conversation. I was like, I'm getting out of this. Okay, so the third one is don't fall, aka temptation. So I didn't get to write this one down, but I thought it was important enough to just like write the words down. Don't fall means do not fall into the wrong group. Because I know how hard it is. Falling into the wrong group of crowd can drag you under. My dad's a preacher, and he has talked about this a lot in church. He will say that if you're in the wrong crowd, like the crowd that goes and does drugs and all this, then you're most likely going to be dragged down too, and it's not good. And eventually, the Christianity in you is not going to be showing, and it's going to drag you down too. So, do not fall into the wrong crowd. I'm in middle school. No, I'm going to high school, and I have a group of friends who are not that nice. They cuss a lot, and I'm around them, and I notice about myself that I've been starting to do the same thing. I'm like, and anytime I think about something like that, I'm like, I push myself away from it, and I'm like, this is not me. I have not. So basically, do not fall into the wrong crowd, because it will tempt you to do bad things. It will. Another thing I want to discuss is be the light. Okay, so honestly, that it goes a little, I don't know what to say, but, basically, don't be the light is, you have to be the light to shine to that person who is tempting you or who is doing that bad stuff. You have to be the light to help them. And I do know that because I have a friend right now who is really not in the best shape. And I'm like, anytime I think about her, I'm like, I have to be a light to her. And I hope that she sees that light in me. And you want to be a light to those people. I don't know, but that just, it helps me understand that I can beat Satan's voice in my head. Because the more you shine, the most likely he's going to leave you alone. And being a Christian is not always going to be easy. It's not always full of joy. There's also going to be down times and stuff. So those are a few of the key things that I love, that I just thought about. And I'd like to say a big thank you to those people who have actually helped me. Big thanks to my dad, and I'm pretty sure he's not watching this because he doesn't watch my YouTube videos. And a big thanks to my mom. And basically, the first one is for helping me do this. The third one's me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and give it a thumbs up. And guys, please subscribe, because I feel like I can be a light to those. Okay, you know what? It's time to stop talking. Guys, have a great day. See you in my next vlog.